You, that's a long one. Get ready for a good reading, guys. Am I the asshole for telling my grandmother she can't see my daughter anymore? Ooh, that's down perfect. Throw away. Background: I, 22 female, got pregnant with my boyfriend and now fiance, Brian. That sounds to be like a false name. 22M. My daughter Ava is now 2 years old. I'm assuming you can guess from ages. This wasn't a planned pregnancy. I haven't seen much people that have planned pregnancy before 20, but this can happen. Like I've known at least one person. But we decided we wanted to keep her and become parent. It was incredibly difficult. I know it's not an ideal situation. However, I regard it as the best thing that ever has happened to me. I love my daughter more than anything else in this entire world. Also, Brian and I both just graduated college and we have job. We managed to graduate on time, which I think is a pretty big accomplishment considering the situation. Yes, because most of the people, when they start having a kid, they start going to school half time. So it's really not bad. I don't know, maybe it's not, but no, it's a good thing. Honestly, you have no idea how much time consuming a kid can be before you have a kid. Okay. It's wonderful. I love all the time I spend with her, but like I'm already kind of scared about that moment where I'm going back to school teaching and my wife is going back to having her school during the day, because we're gonna have to find someone to be able to cover for these hours where there's not going to be any adult around her. So we're gonna have to find like a place to place her. So my grandmother is very religious and traditional. To say she was upset when she found out I was pregnant would be an understatement. Actually didn't talk to me until I was nearly 9 months alone, when she begged me to put the baby up for adoption. However, I thought she was finally coming around. She even came to Eva's second birthday party and gave her a Christmas present, a pair of pajamas. That's not bad. There was supposed to be a family reunion in 2020, but it was cancelled and now it's happening this year. My grandmother is hosting it and she invited me, but I can't bring Ava or Brian. I know she can invite who she wants, that's not the problem. I did ask why though, since my sister and cousins are bringing their kids. She told me that she wasn't going to allow to parade my excuse of a family around. She said that it's shameful to the family that I had a baby out of the wedlock. Fudge you, old lady. She also told me, sorry, that's a good start. She also told me that she didn't even want to invite me because me being there is almost just as bad, since everyone knows what a disgrace she is. But my dad would have pitched a fit if she invited my sister and not me. Honestly, at that point, I would just not go. Like, straight there, that would be enough for me to just say, like, if my family's not good enough for you, screw you, old lady. I don't care if you're my grandmother. Maybe not the screw you, but all the rest, stay. I told her I wasn't ashamed of Ava, and she shouldn't be either. She told me that my mistake means my family will be judged. She also called Ava a bastard. I was really pissed off, still am. I was literally shaking when she told me that. I told her that she wouldn't have to be ashamed of me or Ava any longer because she wouldn't be seeing either of us anytime soon. I'm not going to the reunion now, and I intend to avoid even my grandmother will be at. Also, for the sake of honesty, I may also have called her a stupid old sorry, not a stupid, a stuck-up old B-word. Fine, good enough. Like, at this point, she totally deserved that. I'm furious. She doesn't have to agree with my choice, but to call my daughter a mistake and a bastard is crossing a huge line. Decide if she truly feels that way. What's the harm in not seeing us? I don't want to ever have the chance to call. I don't want her to ever have the chance to call Ava these things in front of her. That's fine. I want her to grow up knowing that she might be unplanned. She might be unplanned, but she is very low. My grandmother is mad at me. No shit. So are my aunts and uncles. That's fine. Honestly, if you have to cut yourself from the whole family because like your kids happen to be, too bad. They keep messaging me and calling me an asshole and a B-word for keeping her great granddaughter from her when she won't be around forever. Also, my dad and sister made the decision not to go after they found out why I wasn't. So am I being called? Yeah, no. If you're getting called an asshole, that does not mainly make you an asshole. And honestly, if she's still stuck up in her like 1920 mentality, it might be time that she gives place to some new generations. That's it. That is so stupid. Honestly, if you have to cut your tie with someone because they do not follow what you would consider to be religiously acceptable, too bad. These ties gotta be cut. Sounds like your grandmother is already dead to you. Like, yep. Good riddance to toxic family. Move on and don't look. At this point, it's kind of sad, but like, the bad part about this is that the only defense I could give to those people is like, they come from another time. But coming from another time does not give you the right to still be a bigot in 2022. I have this argument in my life, like very often, talking to old people that are openly racist, and it's all good that you're old. You have the right to be old. We cannot stop you from being old and being like stuck in that old mentality, but we don't have to put up with you if you decide that it's fine for you to still like voice these problems. If you are someone that hates someone based on their sexuality, their religion, their orientation, their I'll say the whole word with like I will go with their ethnicity. If you are someone that hates someone just based on any of those things that nobody choose, most people never choose their religion. We've been born in family that just had one and we ended up having it. Most people do not decide, no, not most people, no one decided sexuality. You are not heterosexual by choice. You are heterosexual because you were born that way for most people. And for the others, like, nothing of this is a choice. If this was a choice, try to explain me why there would be 4 times as many suicide attempt and suicide in everyone that ends up not being from like part of the norm. So taking this into consideration, being a hold does not give you the right to still be a bigot, no matter what it is about. And even if it's for your religious morality and it's unacceptable for you according to yourself to have a baby outside of wedlock, honestly, that mentality needs to die, and she's slowly going there. So not to mention, people will judge the family because of this child. Grandma proceeded openly to aggressively judge her family. Like, this is so ironic. Yeah. Don't bring that bastard child around me. Okay, I won't. How dare you not bring my loving grandbaby around me? Like, clearly, for the uncles and aunts to be making some comeback onto OP in that situation, they clearly got sold a very, very much worse story than the original one that is presented here. So yeah, I'm totally like, this is not the asshole. OP there as is totally in her right to just say, I don't care about this thing anymore.